Hi everyone, I'm so excited! I'm so excited. Not only because I'm dressed like I could be Mrs. Where's Waldo with my sweater situation, holler, but because I am filming you guys a video which I haven't done in a while. I moved to Santa Monica, my new kitchen. I'm really excited, and it took me a minute to settle in, so I am really excited. And today we're going to be talking about difficult people, from the annoying to the narcissist, and how to effectively deal with them. Because they don't always bring out the best in us. No, f you, mother. You did not just say that. You did not just say that right now. Seriously, shut the f up. Like you don't understand. I'd rather make out with a cactus than talk to you right now. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't actually believe that's what happened. Yeah, I'm totally fine. Oh, difficult people. Here are some of the biggest offenders. The one-upper. Oh, your Christmas shopping. I finished mine in October. Everything's wrapped. Oh, that's so cute. You went to UCLA. I went to Stanford and Harvard for grad school. How was your trip to Hawaii? I mean, obviously, it's not going to be as good as my trip since I own my own island. I'm amazing and everybody loves me and I'm better than you. Cheers. The downer. I hate how sunny it is in California all the time. I can't wait to go to the party and focus on why everything's wrong with it and why everyone there sucks. The gossiper. Oh my god, did you hear about Amanda? I have all the tea on that. Okay, you have to swear you won't tell anyone, and don't tell anyone you heard this from me, but they're totally getting a divorce. Like, I guess she was banging the UPS guy. And the narcissist. You disgust me. Oh my god, I never said that you disgust me. You're crazy. Something is wrong with you. I never take responsibility for anything or genuinely apologize because nothing is ever my fault. And I make other people feel like shit all the time. Difficult people can negatively affect your mental and even physical health if you let them. So it's time to take your power back, and I'm going to show you 3 communication techniques for dealing with difficult people, and 3 strategies for dealing with narcissistic people, and 3 personal development questions that you could ask yourself, and it'll just strengthen your emotional hygiene so these things won't even bother you and you'll be completely emotionally and psychologically liberated from these triggers. Let's get started. So the first communication technique for dealing with difficult people is to use inclusive language. So when we're in the heat of the moment and we're arguing with someone, or someone is just triggering us, we're thinking about our perspective because we're really in this emotionally activated state. So if you're talking to the person, you're saying, you did this, you're speaking from your perspective. But if you could say things like we, as in it's a team effort and let's work together to solve this problem. So something like, I noticed that we are having an issue communicating around whatever it is, or we are seeing things from a different perspective. Do you think we could solve this problem together? So using language like we, team, together, us, to solve a problem and communicate with someone that's being difficult is a great way to lower their defenses and get them to listen to you. All of a sudden, they don't feel like they're being attacked. They feel like, oh, okay, this person's listening to me and isn't attacking me or making me feel ashamed or bad about myself. The second technique is to perceive from the positive. Now this works really well with the gossipers and the people that are just negative, downers. So let's say someone's gossiping. Choose to say something nice about that person or that situation. They'll be like, what? Or if someone's a downer, choose to say something great about the situation or that person or whatever the thing is that they are trying to be negative about. Just spin it around or just say, gee, that's nice. And if it really, really gets uncomfortable with a gossiper or anything else, any other talk that you're not comfortable with where you can't just get up and leave, just say, I'm uncomfortable talking about this. Let's change the subject. The third technique also has to do with perspective, but understanding things from that person's perspective. So a great way to do this when someone is talking, actually listen, don't wait for your turn to talk, breathe, calm down, listen to what they're saying, and before you get to your point, repeat back what they said. So it would go something like this. What I'm hearing you say is, and then we repeat what you think you heard, and then ask if that's correct or incorrect. If it's not, ask them to repeat themselves again until you get it right, and then calmly state your perspective on it. Now, if they're being totally unreasonable and totally difficult, you might be dealing with a narcissist, but back to what you can control, which is your perception of it, truly know that this person is in a lot of pain. If someone's always being difficult and really doesn't want to work with you to solve the problem, that means they are in a lot of pain and they are projecting it onto you. When we have pain and shame, the two things that we do is we either internalize it and make everything about us, or we project it out onto other people. And people that are constantly projecting all of their pain and shame onto other people, they're typically narcissists, and they typically have such low self-esteem. They actually hate themselves, so they can't handle it. They're emotionally and psychologically really weak. So in the moment, a lot of times we're just so aggravated by these people, but if they're being unreasonable, please just know that they are in so much pain and be at peace with that realization. Now, 3 techniques for dealing with a narcissist. So I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and let's get started. I call this the stop, drop, and roll for dealing with narcissists. The first one is to stop, because they trigger the shit out of you. And I wasn't gonna cuss, but I just really feel like I needed to say that right there, okay? So just stop, do not react, pull back, breathe, go in the other room, just stop. Do not react. That's really what they want, and you really want to give it to them, but don't. They're projecting so much of their pain and shame onto you. You feel it intensely and want to do something about it or defend yourself, or they're making up things that aren't true or gaslighting you and and you just want to make sense of it. But that's never going to happen. So just stop, which, by the way, will trigger the shit out of a narcissist because they want a reaction so bad. So do not give it to them. Stop. Number 2, drop. Drop the subject. Drop all of your expectations for how you want this person to behave. Drop the fight. It's a futile fight that's never going to end your way, basically. Otherwise, your relationship with them is going to continue to make you mentally, emotionally, and even physically unwell. Number 3, roll. Roll on out, disengage, walk away, and not a dramatic walk away like, how dare you? Oh, no, none of that. Just stop what you're doing, stop reacting and everything, and then just walk out. And this is so threatening for a narcissist. One, they feed off of you getting all upset because they have all this pain and shame in them that they can't digest. So they need someone to project it onto, so for them to get all activated. And then they actually feel relief when someone else is activated or upset or whatever they did to cause that. They actually feel relief and even sometimes joy. But in the meantime, you're a mess, and that's not okay. So just roll out, disengage, go for a walk, leave, go for a drive, calm yourself down. If you need to get upset, don't do it in front of them, just go. So now for my favorite part, 3 questions you can ask yourself so that you can be liberated from these triggers in the first place. It's also a great way to increase your emotional hygiene. First question, ask yourself, what am I not getting from this dynamic, from this situation, from this relationship that I want? Conflict often happens because we have an unmet need. We want someone to react differently. We want a certain situation to be a different way. What is that for you? And then from there, and this is the hard part, but from here, have an acceptance of the fact that you're not going to get your needs met from that person or that situation in the way that you want, at least not now. And sometimes there's a grieving process that goes on with this, and let yourself grieve because you wanted something from someone, whether it was a reaction or you wanted the situation to go differently, and it's not. So if you need to grieve about it, go ahead. It's so much healthier on every level to have an acceptance that you're not going to get what you want from that person. It really decreases all of the emotional triggers that go off from this situation that's probably been repeating itself for a while. Second question to ask yourself. So now that you know what your unmet need is, ask yourself, can I provide this for myself? Or can I get this from someone that is a lot healthier for me? Third question, and ask yourself this question in this specific way. For my own health and well-being, what is a better way for me to react to this in the future? And it's great because after you make this list of better ways for you to react to the situation, you can start to rehearse them in your mind. And it's been clinically proven that when you rehearse things in your mind, that's how you create new habits more than actually doing them sometimes, which is crazy. So after you write this list, start to rehearse it in your mind. And what I love about these questions is that they enable you to take your power back. Because when someone's triggering you, you're allowing them to move you into a negative space, and you're allowing them to live in your mind rent-free. I love that saying, don't let anyone live in your mind rent-free. Evict their ass so you could be the highest and best version of yourself. Have fun practicing those techniques and asking yourself those questions. And above all, remember, you can't change anybody. You can only change the way you react to things. And often when you decide to react differently to things, the other person starts reacting differently. But this is all about taking your power back. So I hope that you find these strategies and techniques and questions very helpful and very empowering. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Sending you lots of love.